Welcome to Magic Arcanum. I'm Ryan Gomez. Behind the scenes is Nicole Burdick, and we're so glad you're here because it's story time. In second grade, my brother and I started taking karate lessons, and we stuck with it all the way through high school, so call it 10 years. In that time, we learned many things, but there's one thing I wanted to share with you here today because it inspired the question I'm going to ask you. But first, we must talk about blocking, because karate is a form of self-defense, so that's one of the earliest things that they teach you. Now, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but I'm still going to try to demonstrate anyway. So the idea is if somebody's attacking you with a punch or whatever, and by the way, it's very hard to try and punch yourself, but you put your arm up to block. You use your own forearm here to nudge their attack out of the way so it doesn't hit your body. I mean, this is pretty standard stuff. You have seen it in movies a million times, yes? Okay. Well, eventually, when you have mastered how to block, you get to learn a much more advanced technique, which effectively turns your block into an attack. The idea is that as the punch is coming in, rather than using your own forearm to push it aside, you use your fist and you hit the attacker on their forearm. So this way, you still protect yourself, but you also really discourage your attacker from continuing their attack. This idea has stuck with me for years, and I always thought it would be a really interesting thing to bring into a game of Magic, which, as we know, has attacking and blocking. Now remember, the whole point of this series is to set things up so I can ask you the question, which you will then answer down in the comments after I spend the rest of the video answering it myself. The question today is, can we use our blocks as attacks? And I think we can. Let me show you how I'm going about it as I load up TCG Home, the sponsor of this video. It all starts with this harmless looking uncommon from March of the Machine, Phyrexian Awakening, which gives our Phyrexian creatures vigilance. We pair that up with two Phyrexian creatures that have unique abilities that trigger when they get damaged, Phyrexian Obliterator and Phyrexian Vindicator. These make up my key three cards that have an intersecting synergy. And that's how I like to start theory crafting a new deck. The idea is that you play one or both of these creatures along with the enchantment, and then your opponent is in a real pickle because you can attack with your 5/5 beater and still have it available on defense. If they attack into you, your blocks become attacks because you get to force them to either sacrifice permanents or take all of their own damage right back at their own face. But Ryan, how will we cast these creatures? They both need 4 mana of different colors. Well, my little lore mages, we have some fantastic enablers in Standard right now. Say hello to Cavern of Souls, Secluded Courtyard, and various black and white lands. Cavern and Courtyard make it surprisingly easy to get either of those creatures out on curve on turn 4, and that's when the fun really starts. But I have some other supporting cards picked out as well. We've got some smaller Phyrexians with Death Touch, which also benefit from the Vigilance granting enchantment because your opponent isn't going to want to attack into these blocks either. Ellis Ilkor has Death Touch and can damage our opponent whenever one of our creatures die, which again turns our blocks into an attack. Then I've got Phyrexian Missionary in here as a little speed bump for those aggressive red decks, or to recover a killed Obliterator or Vindicator as needed. For the last bit, you probably want a way to protect your own board from sweepers or targeted removal coming from your opponent. I am experimenting with cards like Duress, Surge of Salvation, and even Phyrexian Censor, but these are all flex slots, so I'm very curious to hear what you bring to the strategy. Remember, I am not sharing a whole deck list in this video. I'm just trying to teach you how to fish here. Or whatever. Okay, really, I'm trying to teach you how to find inspiration for your next deck from your ordinary life. The same way I found inspiration from karate lessons I took 20 years ago. So with that said, what do you think? Can we use our blocks as attacks? Let me know down in the comments, and while you're there, check out my link for TCG Home, which is what I'm using right here, all of this. TCG Home is a new, free-to-use, web-based app that helps you organize your trading card collection. They've got support for Magic right now with more games on the way, and they already have some incredible tools to help you tag your cards, track their value, and even look up their Oracle text if you need that. Signing up for TCG Home is free, and if you do it using my link, you'll be entered in their January promotion, which has some incredible prizes, including, potentially, a Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, big thanks to TCG Home for sponsoring The Question today. Check them out, and make sure you let me know what you think about using the Phyrexian blockers as attackers strategy. Then, if you want to maybe see me live stream with my version of this deck, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the great stories you'll only find here on Magic Arcanum. We'll see ya!